Well, climate activist Greta Thunberg has been released from custody after being detained by German police for a second time this week. Thunberg had joined protesters to oppose the expansion of a coal mine operation in western Germany. Police say she and other demonstrators broke through a police barrier heading for a coal pit.
Now, it's such a weird kind of career that you can have now of like,
yes.
Now who knows what she knows about this shit or who the fuck, whatever. But it's like now you're just kind of a face for stuff, like or a celebrity in this, in this
nobody
way.
saw that. God damn it. Here, I'm going to do that again.
That's
I was
fine.
still
They
on
heard the thing.
Yeah, well, it's important. Okay, so this part is important. It's just, you heard the audio. I'm going to bring it back to the optics, though. Let me just bring this back.
Yeah, while we talk, they can look at it? Or?
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
So,
so this is her getting arrested, and we see this, and this was all over.
She's getting carried out like Rudy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So now this was all over, the media space, and I was like, oh, that's, and like you said, it's like, okay, well, that just seems like something that she's gonna do now or whatever. She's like this big public figure and whatever.
How did she start? I can't even remember.
It was the "How dare you" speech at the UN. Like, how dare you?
How did she ever even get up there?
Well, her parents were both actors in Sweden, and there was a lot of speculation of why she was chosen or whatever. But a lot of people said that it was just sort of a grassroots, that it was just organic. A lot of people said no, it wasn't. She was selected and all this stuff for very obvious like marketing reasons. But so that happened, right? Then I came across this, as did many, many people, I'm sure, which seems to shine a different light on the experience. Now, why don't we watch this?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, this seems to be...
feeling I know what this all...
yeah, this seems as if... Yeah, let's get some volume.
Okay.
And here's the photo op being set up. Hey, wait.
You also want those for you guys?
Wait, so now what exactly is going on here?
Well, she's being set up for a photo op.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah, we'll keep it.
But is this before or after they carry her?
No. Here, what?
Okay.
She's obviously very concerned about this.
Right.
They're just trying to get the lighting correct. Okay, good. Hold her there. Good. Make it look bad. Now, these pictures were all plastered about, but like from these angles where it made it look all menacing and shit.
Yeah, now she obviously is just kind of going along with it. Yeah, they're doing a photo shoot.
They're doing a photo shoot. They're doing a fucking photo shoot. And then they're like, all right, let's get her being walked out.
It's like she's a trophy buck or something. Like.
And now these are the photos that were all over
whoa, that's pretty
world.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, so that didn't make a lot of people... it made a lot of people wonder what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah.
This is marketing.
It's almost like there's some kind of collusion.
It would seem
like, yeah, I mean, that was very odd. I don't know another way to read that other than she was cooperating in a photo shoot. And if so, then you're not much of a fucking
what the
civil
fuck is going on here?
Disobedient.
Yeah, so now the funny thing is, so you would think that this was, during this week this happened. So you would think that if you Googled Greta Thunberg's name, you would see that she was arrested at this protest.
Yeah.
Or you would see, something of that
I mean,
nature.
shouldn't this be like partisan fodder for weeks?
But guess what? Google. If you Google this, these are the results that come up. Let's just take a look. Well, that's her Wikipedia. Oh, top stories. Fact check. False claim that Greta Thunberg's detainment was staged. Activist Greta Thunberg leads, Greta Thunberg detained by here, watch. I'm going to go down.
Did you click on news?
Oh, yeah. No, let me do that. But every fucking story on Google is just trying to debunk. Yeah. Fact check.
False claim that Greta Thunberg's detainment is whatever.
These are
staged.
all okay. These are gone. This was literally when I did this yesterday. Every single story was just that was not real. That was fake. This was fake. So within one day it changed. But it's nothing about her actually getting arrested now. Most of it was just like, oh shit, somebody leaked that fucking footage or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or it wasn't. And I saw that it was actually out on some outlets. but it was still framed in a way that she was like being, you know, like resisting this or whatever. Well, clearly, with the long shot, you could see what's actually happening.
Right. Well,
it's very, very clear.
I thought she was just doing one of the 60s style lay there until they carry you away deals, you know?
That was what the point. I think the point of the videos were.
I'm surprised she wasn't putting a flower in a rifle at the same time.
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
They should have had her do everything.
No, here's my thing about that is like, even if you're somebody that is a massive climate, catastrophist, and believe every point of that side's narrative, you shouldn't be on board with this either. It's completely discrediting your fucking movement.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the people that are opposed to this or are skeptical of this shit, they're obviously already going to be like, you know, they're already skeptical of it all. So they're just going to use this, you know, and just, but dude.
Are we climate change deniers? What's our official stance?
No, I think look, if you look.
I don't really care.
Into the data, the real data based on the IPCC reports, that is what they all claim to go off of. Mm-hmm. It seems like if we did nothing from right now, in 100 years, we could, worst case scenario, raise the temperature by 2 degrees. And so with some innovation and basically like the levees in New Orleans and the way that, certain cities in Europe have had to structure the city because it's basically all waterways and you know what I mean? So it's not something that is going to affect us on a large scale.
I'll tell you one thing, I'm buying stock in fans.
Yeah. But yeah, and like this is the and I've brought him up a bunch of times on here, Bjorn Lomborg. And the Copenhagen Consensus has done deep dive analysis on this shit and have, you know, been advising the UN on this very thing for years and years. And what they say is all of this climate catastrophism that's being put forth by politicians and corporations to try and, you know, get votes and make money is detrimental to actually solving anything, because really where the money should be spent is making poor people less poor. And that's what you need to do.
Next time I ask you that, just say yeah. That's all I needed.
Oh yeah.
No, but I get it. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think that I don't even think she thinks her position is correct. I think anybody that is on that side is doing it for political reasons. It's obvious. And when you see shit like this, it's like, well, yeah, why would I not think it?
Well, that's been my thing the whole time, is it's just too obviously a political tool to really
You're flying this 19-year-old girl over to a protest to take fucking photo op. You know what I mean? It's like, why else would you do this?
And then that's going to be on the cover of Time magazine. Yeah. And then in 1,000 years, the Anunnaki show up, even though it's been an hour for them. And all of a sudden, they think this is what happened. Like, they're going through Time magazine covers.
Which is where they're going to try and get their info.
That's where I would go.
Obviously.
I mean, look what you can...
Duh.
We all know the famous one from 1938.
Yeah. Matt says,
no need to talk about
you have to start recording your searches while you research to show the discrepancies. That is true, man. I've come across this a bunch of times on this show. By, you know, like within one day, shit is just buried. Hello, you're on with Tom and Vinny. What's up?
Hello, everyone. This is General Critchlow calling in, certified forklift driver.
Now, sir, have you upped your cocaine intake for the winter?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He just starts panting. You want coke?
I have no idea.
He suddenly sounded like he was in a fucking gas station icebox.
Right.
Anyway, super spreaders. When Vinny says Anunnaki twice in one night, everybody gets a free mustache.
That is false claims.
Stand by.
False news. Fake news.
Never.
You'll get your mustache.
You know what? If you go back to episode 1, I don't know if enough mustaches exist in this hemisphere.
Oh, yeah. About the Anunnaki. Yeah. Tom, that statement should have been made. Poor people more poor, not less poor. No, they need to... No. My statement is we need to make poor people less poor. In other words, we need to enrich the globe. Because poor people, we don't need to get into that right now, but
we need to embiggen the economy.
We need to use the cheapest fuel that we can. Well, first of all, nobody is going to listen to that. You're not going to have South America and Asia in the developing world be like, I guess I'll adhere to your fossil fuel rules and just stay fucking dirt poor. They're going to use it to get better, and we can't ask them not to. It's like the most immoral thing you could fucking do.
Yeah, and you
to be like, hey, we did this, but now we're at a point where we don't want you to do it. No, well, nobody's going to do it. So now we have to figure out a way to mitigate things, and that's where the conversation needs to be. Not everyone has to stop using their gas stoves tomorrow. It's like no.
That is true. Like we expanded our production and our society like infinitely through this technology, but you can't do it. You will ruin the world if you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't ruin our world now that we're fucking awesome.
Right, yeah.
We don't want you getting awesome and fucking things up. But also, it doesn't seem like I said, the data shows that if we did nothing, within 100 years, the temperature would probably rise about 2 degrees. And that's like worst case scenario. So, I mean, it's the same as the last 100 years. And we don't see, global catastrophe right now. I mean, a lot of things are ascribed to global warming that actually have nothing to do with it. Oh, yeah. So you could easily be scared into thinking that it's something. But like I say, this seems to be politicians, corporations, the usual fucking suspects using something that's Israel, not Israel, is actual. And to further their gains, and that's what it seems like. And I
mean, really, all you need to see is that. I mean, is one, but like all of them, the major proponents of this shit are like, they're all flying around in private jets.
Yeah, look at Davos and last week, like, the World Economic Forum. I think there was like
they have houses with fucking carbon footprints the size of Kansas City.
Yeah, it's seriously, like, it's not even. Yeah, it's not even.
But you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
that's
but
all
you
really
need to.
See.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need to see. Like you give up your this and you give up your that, and we'll tell you what's next. It's like, fucking shut the fuck up. But also, I never understand that. Like people, I've had this discussion with people IRL. You know what I mean?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
in real life.
That's a cool thing.
Oh boy, it's happened, folks. Yeah. But it's funny because they're pretty adamant in their stance, and then I bring up like one or two things from just one level lower of research, and they have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. They don't know any numbers. They don't know anything about what the IPCC reports actually say. They don't. So it's like, well, how do you know? What are you basing your stance on, and why are you so certain of it? That's what I never understand. It's like if you want to be very adamant on a stance, then you have to do the fucking research.
People just said, but it's the same thing they do with everything. Remember,
I know.
For some reason, what pops into my head, what was that fucking swimmer kid that like raped a girl?
Oh yeah,
behind a dumpster.
His name was Brock
Turner.
Yeah, Brock Turner.
Is that right? It's like people made that a left-right thing somehow.
Yeah, I know.
I still don't know how.
It's like no. Like, he's a piece of shit. He was stuffing. He fucking. Yeah,
it's as they'll do it with anything. It's like once one side takes a position, the other one, you know how it works. It just, doesn't have to make any sense.
Matt says correct. Look at the ice core samples in Greenland that date back 10,000 years ago. Today's temps aren't an anomaly. They really aren't. And if you look, there's a guy, Dr. Koonin, that was on. He's been, everywhere. He's top level fucking research on this. And the problem is that he was once employed by BP to advise them on renewable energies that they could get into to make money. Right?
That is a problem.
And so since he once worked for an oil company, anyone that disagrees with him just points at that and, attacks that rather than his data.
That's kind of almost like the CIA, though. It's like, can you ever be a former Monsanto employee, BP employee? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
I don't know. I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes.
But he's also like a professor of theoretical physics. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what he is.
You could, but I could see why people would be like, he's probably some fucking agent. You think they don't have undercovers?
No, I could see that too. But the problem is when you only attack that instead of his actual statements and data.
Oh, sure.
That's the problem. It's like, it's like, anything he says is bullshit. He's fucking working. He's paid for and it's like, but attack the arguments because you can't.
Right.
Because when you do that, your shit starts falling apart. You know what I mean? So whatever. Anyways, Greta Thunberg. Acting debut.
You heard it from us.
Really nice. I liked it. I think she's really good.
Officially climate deniers.
Hey, 2 thumbs up to Greta's performance, though.
Yeah, that was fucking weird, man.
It's great.
And this whole thing is obviously staged. What are we talking about?
Yeah, she's laughing. She's just fucking giggling. They're like position.